Ironically, the things worth hating is me, because I didn't release the rant video just yet, but now I feel good about it again. I feel like I have enough fuel, and this sort of tactic will be relevant now. I believe we will have to implement the J, the K, and the L. Wow. There's no mercy. Will now appear. And fuck you, JK. You're not rallying anything. Get out of here. No! Why did you do that? Stupid JK piece of garbage. What the fuck is this? Is this alphabet right now? Are we playing alphabet? It's gonna kill Gornex with an alphabet. And that's what we're playing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Gornex is dead for me. That's the best fucking congratulations, man. Those are things worth hating, man. Me. Because I released a very terrible video and I can fix it now. Well, let's activate Fixed It Felix mode, and actually maybe I want to make a MatPet video. But no, I want to talk about... it's school time. So how about let's go back to school. Gornex style. Here you go, motherfuckers. It's time. It is very much time. And if you don't like me, just take away this part and thank you next style. If you really dislike me, okay? If I'm really that kind of piece of shit garbage worth hating, and you will learn the alphabet now much faster. Oh my god, man. I am really dead for you, man. Why not H? Why not H? I H you. Okay, so it does seem a little bit ridiculous of what I said with the pickup bullshit, but then I started like, oh, it's just an old school first world problem, because it is. You're not supposed to worry about it. So let's review what I was trying to prepare myself for. These technically are different letters now, but can I actually make this an actual pointer, an actual mountain? Can I make it? If I can't make it, then what's the point? But here you go, I can like replace these letters with K and J. Actually, maybe the other way around. Maybe I go deeper if I prepare myself. So, congratulations. Even this is programmable all of a sudden. And honestly, this sort of stuff should be programmable. I shouldn't need to worry about anything. I should just make Discord bots, and all of a sudden turn this place into a nightmare, because I don't like Discord that much. Okay? I don't like it that much. I'm not gonna marry Discord with my bots. It's possible, potentially. I mean, I'm not a bad coder either. I'm just scared. Really, really, really scared, because you have to actually know all the functions that are out there. You have to dismantle other bots to know how they operate, to be able to make your own bots. There's no other way in programming. Okay? To dismantle other people's code to get useful parts. That's the way you do it. I'm not sure how other people do it, because there's probably no other way to do it. I'm just saying. But here you go. The reason why I want to bring you guys for school, I just bumped into a wall. Like, people should be grouped up and thrown to get a job. An entire class gets a job and then they graduate that way. That means that schools should pretty much have a very different graduation system. How about a lock? Will schools have a completely different graduation system? What you have to understand, schools are ancient technology. Ancient. It's absolutely terrifying how old it is. Like, it's as old as picking up women. It is so fucking annoying, okay? School is as old as pickup. Okay? It must be. That's how I feel about it. There's no way, man. But going outside is also now old technology all of a sudden. Staring at your phone is not old. So they are equally as bad. The only problem is that school is actually even more relevant than the pickup part. So now we can actually pick up the pickup and use it against school as well. See, I'm not just fucking around. Whenever I get an X, I get a new target. Okay. Okay, let's kill trade centers, whatever. And I don't even remember the fucking video theme when I did that. And I was very, very close with that one. This one right here. And I think I was doing like super scary things. Yeah, the shape-shifting is very scary things when you talk about the government, but I couldn't quite make it in time. I even overloaded because I was so frustrated with the way government do things. And I'm still, what I'm doing here, I'm actually looking for an escape route. Also, by the way, public service announcement, I should probably clap. Hearthstone is worse than it's ever been, and it keeps going worse. It just keeps going that. It doesn't matter. Developers don't fucking understand that the core issues kind of creeping up and getting worse, and their way of building the game is impossible. I quit Hearthstone, by the way. I'm just like, oh, I'll collect gold. Gold is fun to collect. It's the first thing that I downloaded, so might as well fucking do something. But now the first thing that I will download to a new computer is RuneScape. I mean, god damn it. Run Escape. I technically just need that. RuneScape is a goddamn good name. I'll take it as a main quest. I want to run escape from every fucking problem and disaster I will talk about in these kind of series almost now. I'll just stack up problems and just try and run away, man. So let's map out. We have pickup as a problem. We have government as a problem. We have sexuality kind of as a problem. Not that big of a deal because it never really reached the top of the mountain. Just A. Just rank A. Not a big deal. But you can put it in a way that it's a big deal. Politics. Okay. I could have drilled a little bit bigger hole in there. And then TikTok more than it looks, I think we reached X. Reached X. Is TikTok a problem? No. Now we have a few videos all of a sudden. We have a full hand of cards I can play. This was the first video, I believe, yeah. My mom is gone, I have a new PC, basically. And I have a new way of doing things, all of a sudden. And I was not prepared for this. I just like, oh, whenever you reach 10, you just get a new grade. So that's a lot easier to kind of have 1 to 10 and then have letters represent the tens instead of numbers. Somehow it works. Well, here you go. We are kind of back in school, in a way. This is school. So, here you go. This is school, and this is what we talked about. We talked about sexuality, government, TikTok, and pickup. And from what you can tell, these are 4 things. We can actually map them out. Isn't that crazy? Now, normally all of these things can actually belong to wind. So we have to take away the wind part immediately. Ignore it. Normally, this is 100% wind, this is 100% water. So this is my jam is earth, and pickup is fire jam. Government, please get a life. Fucking hate government. Even that takes too long to write. It's so relevant, and yet... What? Government. And it means mind control, basically. Govern mind, basically. Okay, yeah. Thank you, government. So these are 10 letters. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not gonna control mind with 10 letters? 10-letter word? Yeah, if government was actually a smart system, was smart, it would have an excellent name. Okay. Is it really excellent? Okay, whatever. Excellent. I have to say excellent instead, I think. That's the only way I know how to spell this. Otherwise, it's fucking garbage. No! What is C doing here? What the fuck is C doing here? Excellent. What the fuck a cell has to do with X, and then you just annihilate a cell? What is happening here? Stupid fucking garbage language, man, sometimes. See, TikTok is my jam. In the end. I guess that's how we can use it. You have courage. You have nothing better to do. Might as well be a part of society. Surround yourself with society. Because Earth people are the loneliest ones in general. So it's pretty useful. Here's a quick recap of why these videos are 3 hours long. Technically, one rant video is a day at school. But it's much more than that. It's an actual week at school, currently, if you go to actual school. Because I provide all context. With a 3-hour video, I can provide entire context of an entire subject. We look around entirely, and you're good for a week. You don't have to fucking come back here for an entire week. If you're like lower grade than I am, if you're younger than 25 years old, and even if you're similar age, you will have a hard time watching this video. and not being thrown all the way back to school. So that's why we're gonna go my style now. I want to beat school at least school. Maybe not high school. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do, honestly. So maybe we'll find out that as well. Provide all context. There's more. So we take a subject, we dissect it, and I always gonna repeat certain things. It's inevitable. So it's not just context. It's like, it's a full meal. It's YouTube content. It's you can watch this, pause this. Easy. Plus YouTube benefits. The only thing you're not gonna get is a job, which you're not gonna get from school anyways. So what's the difference? I just have to prove that you're not getting a job. You begging for a job when you realize you have wasted 12 years in school. You go to college to beg for a job. And technically, not only is just mandatory, it's so bullshit. Everything government does is, you can tell it's bullshit. Everything government has established, basically. So, the big question is, how will we run away from the government? And that's all we have to do. How are we gonna run away from that shit? Technically, government doesn't give a fuck. As long as there's a functioning society, you can do an underground society, and government will not give a fuck, man, until, it runs for an entire year. It starts making a little bit of noise. Then government will check out, what is going on here? Where are people going? There's a lot of things the government doesn't care about, like complete overhaul of the internet, of what people can or cannot do. And every time the government is going to make things inconvenient and take away freedoms, there's nothing that they do better than that. And they will always corrupt life as we know it. Sometimes it's important to get a little bit of corruption, but sometimes government is just self-destroying itself and we have to escape. Like, maybe US is not actually just US as you know it. It's a bunch of states working with different governments at this point. And it's not just, it's under Donald Trump control. Not at all. It's almost worth pointing that out. Alright, so I'm looking at the subject so far. It still looks more like a wind placement of everything. It's a little bit annoying, but we can still use this and see how it stretches out easier into other directions. You can start from anything all the time. It's gonna work. But having these 4 directions, super useful. What else do we have here? So for a week, and in order to run away from the government, we know what to do. Technology is always the answer. But it's getting so repetitive, my mind doesn't even know what to do. I don't have nothing to rant about. I completed school. In order for me to rant about school, I have to either come back in my memory or talk to actually existing kids right now. Which, I don't do that. Reality sucks. Or just watch a bunch of videos about school and how people hate it. Or what kind of alternatives they can provide. Definitely Boy in a Band is a big name now. For some reason. He's not on YouTube map yet, but he's not even trying to be. So honestly, we're not fighting against school hard enough. That's what it is. If we don't have good names representing and even trying to educate, like why people aren't trying to educate, why people aren't trying to fight back against the government. It's so obvious that it's needed, and yet I'm the only one who can actually do it. Everyone else is fucking scared. Well, congratulations. That's exactly the ultimate weapon of the government. Just scare the shit out of you and slow you down to nothing. You lose, basically, if you lose their tactic like this. Because if you really follow passion, you will realize Gov is quite a problem. Now, looking back, we probably need to do that as well, because we have extra layers of stuff. I know that government is really terrible, but I looked into something like, okay, so I looked into like, I don't have a decent bridge for my place. Like, a good bridge would be so useful for me. A good pathway and a good bridge. So useful. Because there is a place where there is nothing. And then there are two bridges on one side, and there's one bridge for the train. And it seems pathetic that despite whatever roads they're building right now, or rejuvenating roads around my fucking neighborhood, we still don't have actual roads that are actually convenient. That, you know, did we forget how to build a bridge now? Did we run out of space? Did government ran out of money to buy enough space? Whatever is going on, I don't like that. Because convenience comes first. And guess what? Government doesn't care about convenience whatsoever. They want to do what's convenient to them. You know? So it's gonna be not convenient to us. It's a perpetual war, basically, against people. It's crazy. But this point kind of comes back, I think. But then it's already made. See, it's so difficult to actually work with pre-prepared data or resetting a video. It's so hard. This is why I just do it all at once with all the context I can get. It's even hard to take a break sometimes. You come back and it's like, whoa, all this context is all gone now? Are you kidding me? So the only way to do it is just to create a huge workspace template, I don't know, framework. You create a huge framework and you keep layering. You kind of, what you expect to do in school, you have your framework. You always have your notebook, basically. In schools, everyone uses a notebook as framework. It's pretty good. It's a lot easier to appreciate physical notebooks, so the fact that they're still physical and you still have to carry them to school, it still does not make any sense. I'm sorry. You have to learn how to not, how to forget about that and appreciate actual digital notebooks. But you have to make them a little bit more physical for yourself. Maybe have a special tablet, basically, where you store all the notes. Literally just a separate tablet for everything. Would be fascinating, okay? And you should be allowed to use it as well. But again, you're facing the government that doesn't like convenience, okay? It likes order. And whatever worked must keep working the same way. But it doesn't work, okay? And it's kind of fascinating. How come government is constantly so inconvenient. Sometimes it's inconvenient just for fun, just because there's their job, but they get so much money. Essentially, they're inconvenient because that's our main enemy. That's the ones who get the spotlight to do whatever they want. Government gets to do whatever they want right now, and they're gonna do some crazy, stupid shit because of that reason. That's it. But the moment someone else gets the spotlight, government just disappears pretty much. Government just becomes a tiny little raccoon as a pet for your home. But right now, I think spotlight is the answer, and I don't have to lock this in any shape or form. Spotlight. They got the spotlight. They're very inconsiderate. And then on the highest spectrum of spotlight, you probably have celebrities. But that's not good enough for me. They jump. Whenever they jump, they release something really, really small for society to consume and to kind of get in tune with. That's when they get the spotlight back, basically. So this is why singers can do it pretty good, game developers can do it pretty good, but you have to be already established as well. So almost like a system of government, but a little bit more concentrated in one person. So it's a lot easier to give a spotlight like this, you can imagine, right? But it's also very rare. So here you go. This is how I treated these tier 4 people anyways. Except now I downgraded them, as most celebrities are tier 3. And that's where they kind of stay for a long time. You can jump up and down, I guess, quite quickly. It's probably worth understanding what tiers are. I have to refresh, but not quite, because I talked about it in MatPat's video. So let's pull out a map, and you have talented, creator, manager, and mapper. 4 tiers. So technically a mapper in this case, if it's a celebrity, it's capable of like inserting itself into the map and not really caring of what is around, what actually is happening. They kind of have to know that because they sing about something, so they have to pinpoint a very, very juicy spot. But because we're talking about socialism being the dominant tier 1, which is number 1, number 4, this is 3, and talented people are also 3, seeking for attention constantly. We're fighting against, in low levels, we're fighting against capitalism, but once you reach the high levels, you play a completely different game. Obviously. As you can tell, this is not one-sided bullshit. A capitalist will sit down next to a government person and be like, wait, what is happening? Why are you doing these things? Well, they're playing a completely different game. Completely different. So, as a capitalist, you will bump into a wall of management. Obviously, it should be so fucking obvious that I want to put a star in here. So obvious. You grow up like these. You pick up the 3s. You pretend that you're so fucking awesome, basically. Because you learn how to deal with capitalism. You know that attention can be monetized. But that's YouTubers, motherfucker. The moment you get to the next level, which pretty much gives you a celebrity status, now you're dealing with the government level at the same time, the manager level. Meaning that you have to manage your business all of a sudden. And usually the best way is to not take the spotlight and take the lazy light, I would call it. I take my personality into pride mode right now as I'm surviving this growth period for myself. This is why I will not get any attention, because all of it is stolen already. You know, it's not like the playground is fair. Capitalism created quite a nasty way of life, basically. So I'm really not happy about that. Also, yeah, I think one thing is very interesting that comes to my mind. Non-Compete is a pretty cool channel, and I could dedicate certain rant videos for a single channel. I think that is pretty cool idea. Just like I can dedicate an entire rant video for MatPat, we can map him out. Same way I can do it for anything, really anything, because when I talked about government, I actually picked up a very specific channel. It was balls deep into the government because of how successful they were as capitalist and as government-supported person. Freeloader, he called himself. Freeloader. You get free stuff from the government, and that is crazy. How government distributes wealth sometimes can look pretty communistic, but they can't do communism. Government just can't do communism, because everyone would start actually caring about the government so much. Government is trying to be invisible, okay? This is why it's not communism to distribute wealth for the government to a certain degree. And is trying to be invisible, and communism really hurts. The reason why Americans want communism, maybe they understand their version of what they want. They don't want communism from China, okay? Besides, China has governism, okay? And this is what I pulled out as a point, because I recognize that people are mixing things up, and they're so confused. They put that as a point, as like China wants American culture and Americans wants China culture. No, Americans do not want culture from China by any means. Believe me, that is disgusting thing to say. China definitely wants to rip off America and steal it for themselves. Okay, and even the people are programmed to think that way. That we really need American help. Well, no. What you need is an iron fist to break down some governism bullshit. Besides, these people are swimming in technology. China is swimming in technology. All they have to do is open up to the wider world and understand that the first thing they have to do is break some walls. Is smuggle some data, you know? Smuggle some of what is happening around the world. They need to know that somehow. Somehow they need to access that. So we also should very much be aware there are probably some Chinese websites that we can communicate in. There's some websites that we can communicate with Chinese. I think I just found like a fucking jackpot, basically. It really feels that way. I really want to communicate with them, and hopefully they know English. You see, that even that's kind of very tough. But now I'm actually like putting a thinker face up in here, and maybe we're gonna look it up. is there a way to talk with China? To send them some kind of data? Maybe. What if Discord is the only fucking way? Wait, what if I find Chinese Discord of some kind? I will jump in right away, man. God damn it. I feel like a fucking superhero anyways. But I'm not ready for it, obviously. The time is not right. As a creator, my main goal is to survive. So again, all these rant videos are meant to just help me do that. Remember, my life is very fragile, and it's not yet my time at all. So I'm in a deadlight. We can map out spotlights. You have deadlights, spotlight. I called it lazy light, so you don't have to really worry about anything. Just live your life. Congratulations, you made it to the lazy light. But if you do too many things, you might actually end up in a not so good spot. And then you have kind of a neutral, I'll call it moonlight. Okay, there's always sunlight and moonlight. So it's completely neutral, it's completely up to you what you do. You might not have a very big impact to the society in general. So let's say the moonlight people, right now, the lazy light people are the water people. I call them zombies. But you can call them Belle Delphine, basically. Belle Delphine, and I don't want to put Ariana on the spot. I want to put some stupid bullshit on the spot. I can say Lindsay Sterling could work with Belle Delphine in this way. Let's group them together. For no particular reason. Just they have a similar power level at this point. So they enjoy lazy light. These two personalities. They get to do their creative part. It gets a little bit repetitive, a little bit in their heads. If they do too much, they will, well, suffer. Their art will suffer and all that shit. So they're not supposed to do too much. They should just sit back and enjoy. As well as, I found water people are a lot more open. Just to be friendly in general. If someone knocks on their door, they're a lot friendlier. And a lot of people quickly notice that. And kind of get suckered in. Especially if you get a lot of attention. You really want some friendly people more than the haters, right? So you're gonna suck up to those people. It's quite interesting, I would say. And it's very simple deal. So a 3 is more gravitated towards 1s, and haters gravitate towards people who get attention. It's just a very simple equation. Something that Superwoman took into account as well. But I'm gonna say that later. So, you have a bunch of nice people, then well-known people gravitating towards nice people, and then kind of like haters. That's how we known as. We're just haters. I'm just ranting, for 3 hours. I'm not educating anyone. Nobody learned anything. I guess that's fine. But what they have to learn is that I am in the deadlight. I am crunching my fists. I can't wait, man, until those fucking well-known people go out of the spotlight. And I'm like, come here, buddy. It's about time. It's about time your fires fade. And you get yourself smashed, regardless whether fire beats earth or not. You're not in the spotlight anymore. You're a nobody. But for that, I have to either wait or I have to go to the next tier. And that's what I'll have to do. What happens when everything is 3-3-3-3? Probably the world sets on fire for a little while. Like, well, for 15 years, the world is on fire now. We're literally simulating sun. I don't know, dude. I don't want to see that happen. But maybe I'm wrong again. Maybe the clock does not work exactly this way. And for that, I say, bullshit, I've used the clock so many times, it's now a thing. Okay? And I feel so fucking miserable in my life. It's not... if my life was just a little bit different... life was just a little bit different, I would naturally be more successful. And just naturally, I would get a job, I would keep my job, I would be able to come back to my job, keep my job, not leave UK basically. Maybe bump into a girlfriend a little bit more reliably, because both of us would have a little bit more courage left, because we're not not courage, but confidence. So it turns into a relationship a little bit faster. Like, a lot of reasons, man. People are a little bit smarter with the way they interact. And there's those little tiny differences that flick the switches in my life, and all of a sudden I end up in a completely different spot. But that doesn't mean that success is something that's very easy to quantify anyways. When I say more successful, I actually don't mean once more successful. I just mean successful in a different format, you know? Regardless of what light you're on, it doesn't change how successful. How much success you have, but it's a new point basically. So let's call it X light, but spotlight is the main point, so spotlight doesn't change how much success you have. Okay? It's just how many resources you get, but it doesn't mean that you get to just burn all these resources. The moment the clock ticks forward, everything is going to be taken away from you. That's it. You have to be very, very vigilant of how to do this. So for me, deadlight means I have to know how to fucking survive, or I will be fucking Jumanji on top of me is gonna trample me, basically. Jumanji is gonna be summoned. Let's go, man. I guess it's time for me to watch Jumanji now. Oh, man. I really hate this. I really hate discovering this, because it's like, I'm just trying to survive, please. God damn, what the fuck is happening? Just give me something. You know, that's the whole point. Capitalism doesn't care about individuals. Doesn't give a fuck, man. If you are in a group of people, this is why I say, if you really want a job, you should get grouped up, because a group is capable of actually pulling out bans, negating bans, basically, making sure that there are enough recommendations to pull back the person, because everyone else is just as responsible for the ban as the other person who kind of broke expectations and, well, fell down. She just fell down. This is why groups are so important, to achieve a workspace. And it's another important factor. Groups are way stronger and break down into monopolies. Monopolies operate in many different areas, and groups are so good at breaking down monopoly, whatever they want to do, into monopoly. So whether they want to break the monopoly or they want to empower it, what you must understand, they will take a huge credit of how monopoly works if they're in a group and they enter the monopoly. It's crazy. But monopoly is kind of like a management system. It's no longer your simple capitalist system. That's not what monopoly is, actually. Capitalists are very concerned to hold their own little monopolies, but that's not a monopoly. Again, monopoly is not a monopoly. Monopoly usually is someone that owns an entire board. But usually, what definition of monopoly means that you own a triangle of power. And that's what capitalism is, in fact. It is a monopoly, but it's not the end game of monopoly. That's a government, okay? So we actually have to clarify that. End game monopoly is government owning three of a kind is capitalism. Actually, I'll say governism. There you go. It's a lot clearer now what capitalism is and what governism is, solely based on one game. So you're collecting power triangles where someone steps into your zone and has to fucking pay up extra. And what that means is that you have collected all the interests. Like, you're the only restaurant around. You're the only option, you know? So, monopoly means that you have dominated an option of purchase. Congratulations, Mr. Capitalist! But all we have to do is now Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball! Wait. It's Spotlight right now. Don't kill it. Oh, okay. So prepare your Wrecking Balls. Because the moment 5 years are up, we gonna fucking smash some fucking capitalist motherfuckers. At least for talented section, and I'm gonna be probably a very high level teacher in those sections when we take over. Yeah. But again, I'm just saying things, but eventually, when I go down a certain path, I will recognize what kind of success I really have. Because in the deadlight, I don't know anything. This is why I'm so upset. In a deadlight, my life has no colors, no purpose, nothing to define. What it truly is. How about just that? No colors, nothing to define what it truly is. So I can't see what my life actually looks like. Could you imagine? And I beg you, man. I beg you. Every Earth person has to watch my videos. Because I'm doing most of the work for you. So, you take notes, motherfucker. You Earth person, you want to be smart? In today's society, smart? Your brain will melt. Okay, of all the talented and creative people, and you're like, but I tried to do something and it didn't work, and I wasted so much time. What do? You have put effort, and you rightfully should be rewarded for the effort that you put, okay? Even if things are not going your way. Effort matters. Okay? You will eventually find something that works, but it will be too late. Your life is already ruined by stupid capitalism bullshit, man. But hey, you're in a spotlight. You're gonna get haters right now. And maybe even haters gonna get burned. Because essentially, Google wants to remove dislikes. What? Haters were not even that fucking relevant yet. They weren't capable of doing much, but dislike a video was something we could do. And right now, we should probably remove from YouTube. From YouTube, we should probably remove Susan. Hey, we should remove 50% disliked videos, including her entire channel, basically. That's why I said, Susan, hey, let's remove your entire channel. That's what she hears. But the rest of the fucking YouTube community hears that we delete her entire channel. That's the only thing that I care about. That's why I say, Susan, hey. No. And also we remove YouTube Rewind. Technically. We remove it. We unlist it at least. It's like if you really want to click on it, it's very disliked. You have to watch 5 ads to be able to watch that video or whatever, like some stupid shit, man. So someone else can basically make a YouTube Rewind, and that's fine. That's what happened. Congratulations, YouTube. It happens naturally, okay? This stuff happens naturally, so why don't you embrace? As a government, they have to discover what to embrace. Otherwise, yet again, I'm gonna sit in my lazy light and be like, oh, government, you haven't done enough job. Here, take some more job from me. Make my lazy light even lazier. Thank you, government. Here you go. You're not doing enough nature. So what's gonna happen to me is as I prepare all these wrecking balls, I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna tear up or not, you know? I know that it's gonna happen in around 32 years old. I'll become a manager of something, and immediately my life is gonna be so fucking weird. Oh my god, dude. My life will be so weird. It's almost like a phone call from PewDiePie, and PewDiePie's like, hey, come here, help me. What? What happened here? What happened? What happened to my life, dude? Imagine what would happen from one phone call from PewDiePie. It doesn't matter, but PewDiePie is my wingman, so I have to place him in that wingman position, basically. What would happen to my... It's great. All of a sudden, my life is completely different. And then we'll see what actual success I actually had. And it still would be a little bit exaggerated at this point. But it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I'm like, wow. I need to take a shower of how fucking dirty I feel. Because it's kind of hot right now. So let's take a break. Let's hope PewDiePie fucking calls me, okay? Never gonna happen, but it can happen. It can actually this sort of stuff is not out of fucking for the another universe, basically. I'm trying very hard, and I would love that phone call to change my entire life. So for some recognize that they need my help, you know? Very simple, and all of a sudden, it's a completely next level. My table is flipped. I don't know what to do anymore. I have to rethink my entire life. I can't make the 3-hour rant videos anymore. No, Susan, help. I'm drowning. But hey, I mean, it's gonna hit me hard if I tear up. And this is how I do it, basically. There is no easy way out. All of it is going to be insane. Someone calls me, they need my help. I'm like, okay, I'm packing my bags. I'm going. You just have to pay me like 1,000, okay? 1,000. Not a big of a deal for most people. So I can at least protect myself. 1,000 good enough for a travel ticket and then shake hands with someone. It's a little bit difficult, okay? But right now, here we have 7 years of torture and suffering. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, man. Why? Well, as long as I hold on to my passion, as long as I hold on to my teddy bear, I was like, okay, I'm still alive. As I hold on to my teddy bear, I live. I live, motherfuckers. That means, you know, I got it. But, you know, it's so tough. It is so tough. Because the success does not change. You can grow it, and it changes the way that you get to live your success. But essentially does not change in its quantity. Which should encourage me even more to try and survive. Because everyone is trying to survive. Without them even knowing. Honestly. This is why I actually observe risks so much more carefully. I see the reality of risks better than anyone. That's pretty good. Also, like, even like Anthony could be like, hey, come on my show. It's just a single cameo, a single fucking phone call, and I'm preparing my ass off to give the best speeches, the best things, the juiciest fucking things, for the moment when I'm being promoted to the next tier. Like, that shit is not gonna be this. It's gonna be everything you have seen me provide. My entire channel basically condensed into 10 minutes. My entire work, all the effort that I did, all in 10 minutes, man. That's all I need, motherfucker. But for that, I have to work in inconceivably amount of time. Like an entire week, super hard work, slamming base. Oh, man. I'll go take a shower now. Fuck this shit. Someone has attacked me with a heat wave. Not cool, man. What would happen? What if we spread Monopoly instead of Corona? Oh my god, no. Actually, this kind of happened already. This kind of already happened. So, we did that. Okay, Corona influence is 5.5 on a death rate. And unemployment influence is 4.5. This is how much you die, basically. How faster you die. So you think like, oh, Corona influence is pretty fucking good, right? Much better than unemployment. That's crazy. This is not exact number. This is an exaggeration. And this is underestimation. And what you have to understand is unemployment hits at least 5 to 10% of entire population. Coronavirus hits less than 0.1%. Less than that, people die from corona. So you can say, okay, maybe it's just 1% versus 6%, and that's 6 times more. And unemployment is so much worse to choose over some kind of virus that just comes and goes, man. But here you go, because government likes inconvenience. Government overinvests to tackle new threats. So anything that poses itself as a threat is gonna get tackled all of a sudden. Let's fight this war that just came out of nowhere and make it worse for ourselves. Literally, government declares war to everything that's a threat. But when it comes to domestic threat, oh, it's just people patty caking each other. Patty cake, that's a bomb. I explode and die. And it doesn't rhyme. You just die. I wasn't trying, guys. Left versus right. Pretty deadly combat up in there. America in war. They don't even realize because government fights completely different wars and try to exact. It's almost like Gov is trying to create a proxy war bigger than left versus right war. It's like, hey guys, let's fight this war instead. Oh, we need it bigger now? Let's fight this war. Let's fight a war on black people. But not all black people are Americans. We should fight war against everyone else now. Where they have black people, right? Isn't that how it works? So the government doesn't know jack fucking shit what to do of how to protect their own country. They're just going deeper into fucking insanity. The entire America is just insanity. I don't even know how they operate. They just have very, very well ingrained functionality within themselves. They have high level of technology. They have good things, very, very good things working almost underground, while everyone else is fighting and embracing war in general. They're just embracing it. They don't build bridges at all. Let's burn down bridges. Oh boy, that's a good idea. And they realize it's not a good idea very late in the game. And by the way, again, I say Americans like kind of on a spotlight right now. And we're looking to build a new America right now just to escape this first government. So I think a very good start to escape government is building new America. I don't know how it looks like, where it is, how it works. It could literally be a bunch of countries uniting over the internet, building actual incredible bridges over the internet, and they can barely be breached because, well, effort is now quantifiable all of a sudden. Effort actually matters in this case, and you can't break the bridge because just by us trying to go somewhere, we automatically leave a bridge built, just like in Minecraft. Imagine Minecraft. This is how bridges will never be destroyed. You know, bridging is a very normal Minecraftian behavior. Okay, maybe even we'll make a Minecraft server dedicated to this new America thing, or maybe it already exists, so we have to repurpose something. Regardless of how it works, I think that's a good escape, first of all. First and foremost. It's a good escape route. Another thing I'm concerned, obviously, as a creator, I'm entering a new competition. Okay? And I have to win that competition to be able to get a phone call from someone really, really powerful. So I'm concerned about my own competition, so I'm building a school for myself. This school is entirely mine. You must help me win Creator Award. Whatever that award is, whatever competition this is, I need to win this. It's very simple. Again, a phone call can be from anyone. Mr. Beast, hey, $10,000. Oh, I will use those $10,000. Thank you very much, Mr. Capitalist. Piece of shit. I hate you. But I love your money. as well as everyone else loves your money, so obviously. That's a good way to earn attention, but at the same time, it's a little bit obvious now. It's getting a little bit obvious how much money you actually earn as well. Wow. Now it's not so cool. So essentially, capitalists are starting to leak out how much money they earn, how much self-esteem they have, and people who are left out are getting angry and angry because, well, they get access to technology finally, but their access to technology is not entirely set yet. And capitalists are always gonna destroy their own creation by making it obsolete over time. Making it attack us and attack our pockets and all that fucking sneaky little shit. They will try that on us. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that basically, even though we have an entire world set up in regions, that those regions is gonna start a war, a four-way war, a war never seen before in its quantity, because we have 4 regions of the world. Starting World War III it's probably already here. I don't even know how to put it. We're easily at war. Easily at war. Let's put it that way. We're easily can slide the tiles of 4 regions, and all of a sudden the entire world is at war. China takes over America, America takes over Russia, Russia takes over Europe, and Europe takes over China. We'll literally switch all the regions all of a sudden. So we're easily at war. When is that actually gonna happen and we have to start changing our regions just because our seats are so hot and fucking out of control? Or is it really necessary? Can we still stay in our positions just like we did for an entire eternity, basically? An entire eternity we have stayed in the same place. But this time, we have a different layer on top of us. If we look up, internet created a slidable version or a rotating of reality. It's like, what is this thing up there? It used to be very difficult to reach out to it. Now we can just do it with our phones. Wow, project ourselves into that rotating region of reality where anyone can have access to you, but as you can tell, China has limited access. So is everyone else who are distracted or out-controlled by something. Just, out-controlled, like outsourced. They think they have to tune into something. People just waste themselves, and they can't really actually see the map as well in its entirety. Above us, rotating and creating war. In a way, for those who are ignorant, it's war. But those who can tap into those resources above us now rotating and keep on tapping, because if it's rotating, it's trying to give you maximum amount of resources in general, maximum coverage of something. So it's quite crazy, fascinating thing. I'll give it a fucking star now. If this is true, this is a star-worthy point. And this is where I have to take another break. Just to take an actual break, I think. Oh boy. Alright. But so cool. This diversion was pretty cool. And we figure out that this whatever this is going to be used for me to, first of all, survive, win the competition. Again, if you remember, I won AdventureCraft competition. I would say easily won, just because I held on to AdventureCraft, and I changed, well, naturally, and I felt I had enough self-esteem to beat Minecraft, and AdventureCraft still works for me, and I gave a fixed version of my game, but I kind of want to get rid of this. This is just a trophy, basically. This is just something I have, so it's not a big deal. Actually, it's lost in my computer right now. I didn't save it. It wasn't even that big of a deal of a trophy. So, AdventureCraft is a trophy for me as a talented fucking hell person. Not a big deal. AdventureCraft. There you go. But right now, we're gonna have to do the same kind of battle yet again. Same shit all over again. And I know the ending now. It's a little bit more frustrating because I know how it ends. I have some kind of technology that's really powerful, and I try to improve it even further than that, and I fail. I don't want this to be a complete same bullshit. And honestly, I am, just like back in AdventureCraft, just like how I started my channel, this thing is a little bit more advanced. I started my channel maybe introducing features, actually. That's what I did. But the first thing I ever did was release a bug report. Just a bug report so I can fucking continue my map making without problems. And it worked, I suppose. But maybe it even gave me attention that way from the creator himself. But I was already on the main place where you talk with people. So like you can call it the Discord channel. But it was ERC. So I started my channel using Discord. Some kind of different channel. Discord-ish place. I think that's a much better way to understand where I started AdventureCraft. Because if you talk with people, if you communicate, you essentially get kind of a basic idea what's going on in its an entire landscape. There were more people, obviously, but they had to jump into the chat room and do a little bit of dirty work of bumping into people and their what they were working on. It's the news side, basically. You have to stay updated to the news, but what you really have to stay updated is to the highest rank people. The people who are always around. So I think leveling up system on Discord is quite fascinating, I'm not gonna lie. But I would definitely discourage people from trying. I think say hi is a wonderful system. And then someone counters. There's something you can do with Discord, absolutely. And maybe I'll be just doomed to make a bot for it. I might be doomed. Did I said already? I know I said that, but did I put it as a point? Okay. Start my YouTube channel using AdventureCraft Discord-ish place, and then I keep working. Keep working. And then I release my game. Great. It gets... I don't know if it gets updated. I don't think it gets updated. But I remember the release date, I think. Yeah, it's hard on my memory. It's just a trophy, for fuck's sake. I don't want to remember specific details of what happened, but I was always in tune in that place. And if it had AdventureCraft Discord, if that was a thing, I would go there right now. So let's double check. Well, spoiler alert, there isn't a Discord place for AdventureCraft anymore, obviously, because it's super old. And Minecraft has grown out of it as well. And those little trophies are little trophies right now. It's crazy. It's crazy how irrelevant it actually is. Despite some people sticking around just because I made something. Well, I have to do it again, in fact. And I have to find out exactly what I want to do. Just like, you know, Dream became popular by doing a speedrun. But no. Who knows how Dream got popular, actually? He's just... That is weird. I don't know how Dream got popular. I think it's a point. I really don't know how Dream became popular, but it's compelling. And essentially, as you can tell, a new generation of people is becoming popular. And potentially there's a spotlight for me to take. Especially in Minecraft, it's a completely different deal, because if my type of personalities can become popular, it's interesting at very least. But right now, even Minecraft is on danger of these personalities being exploited in a way. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's really tough. Minecraft could still be on the edge of this, like, children liked content, where the government is like, look at it and like, oh, it's definitely for children because of bad fucking textures or whatever. I don't know, man. I would be scared. Be a Minecrafter in general. Potentially YouTube is a late game target for me. I'm still not there yet, okay? To be invited in this special group of people, special circle. And honestly, I should just go forward with my engine right now. I should just relax, do some coding, slowly move forward. Okay, that's what I should be doing. And maybe after this rant video, it's gonna be the last one. I introduced you with some concepts that I hate, and the way of thinking even deeper, and the way that I will be presenting my points, which is quite tactical. I think it's a lot better right now, and I wish I could remix MatPat, but honestly, people only get a rant video on their channel if I get triggered to make one in the first place. If I'm really, really triggered, if they give me a half of a phone call, if they spit my way, or spit close enough to like spit on AdventureCraft, or like if Cinnamon Toast Can was like, oh, you want to know how I started my channel? I did AdventureCraft videos. Because he actually started his channel quite close to that category. Playing Minecraft is where I started. Very old Cinnamon Toast Can video. I know his history. He cleaned that up, and it's disgusting because my videos got also cleaned up, and I don't want that. But that's the whole point. Is like, it's still a trophy. That's what it was. it was easy to delete for everyone else from their history. So it's not a big deal, apparently, to make a map in Minecraft, obviously. But it wasn't obvious to me because I was having so much fun improving on it, improving on the craft, and acquiring more and more talents. The game was not over for me. So technically, what I can expect is a single success fueling entire 7-year career. Or life. You know, next 7 years, I get fuel. That's pretty good. Now, it was 9 years since AdventureCraft, because I started at 16 years old. But it was 18 where I realized for sure I'm very good at it. Where I kind of graduated AdventureCraft, not because I did a good map, but I was the only remaining active user, pretty much. And AdventureCraft shut down, and I started to realize like how big of an impact I really had. And never got resurrected from that point. So I was still handling a version of AdventureCraft that nobody anticipated to pick a punch, basically. Nobody worked on, like, seriously worked on and hoped to actually win a similar trophy like I did. So I felt pretty good about it, actually. Now, a similar effect could happen, like in 25 years. I should expect it now, so even that's kind of awkward. So maybe I should just finish the job that I already started. Not exactly sure. Yeah, this is confusing. If I try to like mimic in its entirety right now, it should be when I recognize my success of something. But I never really gained any success, did I? That's kind of awkward. I want next level, please. Then I prepare myself for the next level again. Oh boy. Obviously I'm not too late, and AdventureCraft could have been just a lucky moment in my life where I was 16 years old. But it doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't. To call it a success as well. And I was managing a lot more. I understand that people manage even more these days. Successful people manage even more, even higher level of people. So there's something I have to sit on right now and figure out for myself. What does this all mean? How do I fucking... This is interesting for me, at least. Yeah, this question is so big, or this expectation is so big. I have to think, I have to take a break. Whew, this is gonna be big. Other than that, we have plenty of things baking. Like, this is worth thinking about as an entire theme. As the main theme, I would say. Or M. So the main theme, think about this. Haha. About everything all at once. Let's go, man. Think about it. Okay. Here's my answer to this. AdventureCraft didn't pay me anything. That is my answer. Okay, and the success was not mine. I was just very close to someone else's success. So essentially, what I'm doing is exactly the same. Exactly the same. And I can even control what kind of people come into my Discord. So I have much more control than you think. What I have to do is find out how to write this down. So, Adventure Code gives me a little bit, but it's not something I need. Okay, I don't need fans to follow me and expect a map to be made again or improved, or AdventureCraft to live. So all of these people are kind of useless unless they find their own purpose. They're just kind of leftover trophy holders. That's what it is. And they could expect me to make something good anyways. I'm not resigning as my programming as a talent, obviously. My programming is still a talent. However, now I need way more creative fuel. And above all that, apparently it is a break that I accidentally took. Assholes. But I did thought about it. I guess it took a few minutes. Whew, it is tough, man. So I didn't get anything specific, and when 18 years hit, I realized. At 18, I realized. I probably graduated, you know, and I picked up a talent. I successfully picked up a talent. I think so, and technically, right now, I was able to re-inject my talent to people and pull a little bit of attention to maybe prove myself that I'm a creator too, that I can spark a fire of some kind. But I couldn't really prove that to myself well enough. So I'm like, I'm really shattered. I don't want to be brokenhearted and end up of just a talented person. No. So I still couldn't. I'm still struggling to prove that I am more just a talented person. What do I do for this? This is why this is so quite fucking big question. What breaking point in my life will work as a... Yes, I am a creative person. I'm way more than that. What you thought. Was kicking out my mom in the beginning of the year was the moment I should have realized. You know, I'm back home. Technically, when 18 hit, I went back home as well. And I had so many troubles with my mom. But right now, I can control those troubles. And maybe I should care about real life a little bit more. The way real life played out. It's a lot more difficult to actually read that portion of my life. Because you have to also read your happiness level, not just like influence on the internet, because that actually reduced over time. People care less. Because Minecraft was a good place for me to show how mad I am. Or hide my madness, but I actually can't do it anymore. I don't have an outlet unless I make one myself. Except for Discord, which is fascinating. Technically, yes. Here you go. So, or... one more. What's that? D now. Okay. So, this is where your journey begins. Actually, I think I graduated Antwenum. Discord. I think that's what I did. It also was 2 years ago. And it also was a crazy event in my life that changed everything. The entire course of my life was changed just by jumping into that Discord. It's kind of crazy to think about it. But then, yeah, and on the YouTube map, Discord alone created a person that should not exist, but now holds an entirety of Minecraft in the bank, motherfuckers. In the bank. I can't wait to cook MatPat. Actually, it's about time to cook it. You know, it's about time we cook MatPat again. A ban. There's a ban and there's additional amount of dollars that have to be. Fuck off. OneDrive. Just trying to delete this, replace this. It's disgusting. It looks disgusting when it bleeds out like this, but there's nothing I can do. Your numbers are big, I think. I think there are differences. Like you can see an I is less than a space. So maybe I can do something super cheesy and put... No, I can't. I'll keep space. No, it's gonna be this disgusting garbage now. If you're banned, what's gonna happen? You get spaced out into this realm. Why not? Eventually everyone is gonna get this bullshit, because I kind of need some like additional bonus meme right here. Yeah, if I go back to Hearthstone now, it will be so much worse. So much worse. These are the evil people who play evil fucking decks and cards. Or just break the game, like druids. Break the game with 2 cards. 2 cards now. Break the game. Are you kidding me? And they're so obvious, too. And Blizzard, what are you doing? Well, druid, win rate. Shut the fuck up about win rate. We're talking about fun decks to play, not about equalizing every single class. You know, it's far over, dude. It's over. Don't breed insanity and pretend that's fucking awesome. In fact, they don't know how to fucking nudge the win rates. They can't do it just by buffing cards. They can definitely do it by nerfing cards. They can nudge win rates, but they can't really do it by buffing. And that doesn't work that way. So everything a Hearthstone team is doing is insanity. It's wonderful to watch. I can't stop laughing. Wow. So I graduated. This is my major event when I realized I'm a creator now. I'm better than Antwenum because, well, if you can't manage your Discord channel, which is quite a big deal. I thought it was a huge deal. And it's kind of the heart of everything. The heart of where everything happens. Where people are reprogrammed almost to think a certain way. But not because you're programming them. It's they establishing themselves as true fans of your work. And they will actually talk to you once they get enabled. So basically, there's a camp in my Discord. There is a camp in my Discord waiting to introduce you to me. Okay? And I think that is a victory achieved. That means that I'm still talented. If people are still sticking around, and they're probably going to stick around for a while, I am blessed, okay? I have enough people to allow myself to be introduced, basically. And that's all I need to go to the next level. Now I just do whatever the fuck I want. Whatever that's gonna be, but I have to put in the work. Work against the deadlights. Motherfucking deadline. Let's go. My new journey just begins. Oh, so satisfying. You know, I have to thank you, Discord, at this point. I'm not gonna lie. This place is amazing. What it allowed me to do. Thank you, Discord. Wow. Fucking party, dude. I have spent so much time here. Sometimes talking to myself. Sometimes, well, doing this. Recording things. Recording events and scores. Putting together a YouTube map. All of this is available here. Like, that is disgusting amount of power. This is better than Minecraft, guys. It's better than Minecraft. So I don't... Maybe... You beat him... Technically you did, because it beats Antoine. A long time following of, well, my Minecraft... who is he in Minecraft? Well, Minecraft scientist, piece of shit, that's what it is. Well, Minecraft Inspire, I guess. Inspiration to follow Minecraft a little bit more tightly. You know, there's more of those kind of people. But this guy can take the cake. Just because he probably started if he can't finish it at the same time. You have beaten Minecraft for me. Thank you. Let's go. Let's keep going, motherfuckers. Now that's what I like about school. Everything helps me improve. And you can enjoy the ride as well. You can enjoy my success. Because we're in Deadlight. We're all chained together as one group, dying together, man, in unity. We can't die if we die together, man. That's what it is, man. Deadlight is the best unifying tool ever. Because no one can really die alone. And when Deadlight is tested, I think people realize, oh, we can move forward in history. And this is why I'm kind of left behind, but hey, I feel unified with the rest of the world, so I don't feel that bad. And honestly, I have enough tools to remain unified. This is amazing, honestly. I don't know which one to highlight. I need a completely new point of how amazing this is. And finally, you know, I broke through this pickup bullshit, and I defined pickup as a fire thing, so it was very, very difficult to talk about it. Because it has nothing to do with my life. I try to ignore it as best as I can, and it made me feel really bad as I'm missing something out. Not in a way that I have to do it, but in a way that I have to be able to talk about it and truly remove it from my life. I can't do that because essentially you can replace this with dating. I guess you replace this with porn. Oh no, as an earth person, I belong to the porn community. No, I belong to people who observe society in a way. But not to purify society. I just observe to purify society. So government doesn't grasp some stupid... doesn't do stupid shit, basically. We can say no, slap on the wrist, get out of here, government. You can't take this, okay? I know you're a monopoly, but sometimes we can play around certain rules of monopoly, okay? We can sometimes cheat a little bit, and that's all we need to survive against government attack. Now, it is worthwhile understanding that once you get to that next level, other people are gonna be on the deadlight. So I'm not sure how to feel about it. It feels like, yes, I have been helped by a water person, but they had to help me. You know, like, they had to. Essentially, all I'm doing is just dying in entirety of my life. So I kind of have to be helped. I don't even know, man. It's so stupid. And you would think life works the way you have lived your life, and it worked for you. But it worked for you, you know? It should work for everyone. Remember that. But hey, I'm happy I don't want to fucking dive into this shit right now. I know that I will be dying for a long time, so I probably have to grab all the happy things I can get. Let's let's max hug all happy things. There you go. Finish your fucking sentence. Hold on to them. Just like I said, the teddy bear thing, so now that I feel unified, I feel like we all together have to hold on to a teddy bear now. And cry. Cry a lot. And talk to water people a lot. I'm dying. Please send me stupid stuff that nobody needs. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Especially if you don't eat food. Send it right away. It's kind of crazy, honestly. People should be able to at least detect whether something is about to get bad as a produce and send it somewhere else. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to label this, but so much. I think it's worthwhile point. So much food gets wasted, and I'll just cry. I'll just cry about it. There's nothing I can do. That's how I feel. When I hug happy things, that's what happens. There's no escape to death. No! No, I can't even say no forever. No, everything dies, man. Why? Why? So I think Antoine is also a water person, and I touched a water person and then graduated. I have to keep doing that, I think. I think that's good. Just toxify those water people and then freaking graduate this way. Easy, man. So easy. It does feel a little bit different with Discord because I just saw a point being made that a lot of influencers are using Discord right now. But I only bumped into one that I truly care about. But it is something that I might have to dive into and double check if there's actually not toxic place that I can hang out. That would be amazing. But eventually, treat myself as a ticking bomb. I'll be kicked out eventually, and nothing I can do about it. I don't care about the Discord of God damn it. Darkness is not my friend right now. Mr. B's Discord, I don't care about that. But I probably should. Maybe I get raffled in, but there's like millions of people in there. What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm just gonna get myself wasted in there. It's impossible. So I want to definitely start small to begin with. And most importantly, effort matters. So if I don't feel welcome, I'm not gonna go there to begin with. If there's too many people, it's not worth going there. It's just gonna waste me. From every angle ever. With a group of people, it would be probably interesting to go there. But alone is a little bit too much pressure. Knowing that, well, I still haven't warmed up in Discord in the first place. I want to feel a little bit more under control as well. And you're always gonna get outshadowed or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna stay away from that one. Cyrix, don't say not enough, you fucking fool. You don't know. Maybe I did graduate it. Maybe I wasn't fucking destroyed. Okay. Vittor Testa. When we were. I'll give myself this seal of approval, okay? These names will never leave my fucking... It could mean actually something different in Portuguese. So let's Portuguese to English. Let's do that. Is it really something different? It's almost Italian, it says. No. It almost doesn't mean anything. Which is fascinating, actually. It doesn't mean anything. Just for me, it means something. And I literally remember it like this. And then... When were we? Or something. These names are gonna fucking haunt me forever. Because they changed their names in that one specific day and I felt fucking horrible that day. So you know, like, they really put those fucking eggs in a deep emotional basket. How do they do that? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Maybe they know, basically. They throw accidental garbage and eventually something hits and they dig deeper. Congratulations, Minecrafters. Fucking assholes. That's how it feels like, though. Skull, man. I hope you're happy now. I wonder if I have when were we still in the same name as well. No, it's somewhere deep down. I wouldn't really remember. So I already talked some weird shit, actually. Yeah, that is him. Ella Jake. What? Ella Jake. Well, he's now a spaceman, and I hate space, so congratulations, dude. You're now even more hated than you were before. But I will never forget when were we. I will never forget that. It's WWW as well. So win-win-win, man. That's what actually it means to me, I would say. So win-win-win and another win. Test complete. But this is emotional talk, by the way. It's not something you can tap into. This is something I experienced. I'm like, what is happening? And it's all Discord based, so Discord really supplemented this insanity. You can't make this up. This is insanity for me. And if it doesn't translate this thing and... What? How? What does that mean? What does that mean? So it's not Spanish either, but it's impossible. He doesn't know Spanish. You know, like, this fucking weird. I don't want reality to be so real, but you can't imagine that extrasensory thing is not just a joke. It's super real as well, and you can tap into these energies, and you actually are using some kind of sanity resource when you're tapping into that. And that's why a lot of people just live on a completely different and low level. So, You don't want to tap into crazy shit all the time. You don't want to be extrasensory. It's actually just as problematic as it is a nice little talent to have. It's not quite gonna save you. When you're actually tapping into extrasensory things, you actually make enemies as well, potentially. But as well as I can make enemies, maybe I can make something out of it in the end. Who knows? Maybe I'll need it as an extra talent. But I literally have it, technically. Like, I know what it feels like to have these weird things happen to you, at least. At least weird things happen. I know the world of extrasensory perception is just as weird, I think. But let's get out of here. Just so we know, it's called win-win-win. There is no win where we. Just none of this makes sense. I tried, guys. I really tried, and it fucking destroyed my mind. And even this one is scary, just because it's like, wait, what's gonna happen now? But no, I just graduated. Even though Vector was not like a part of Antwenum's Discord, but he was a part of the Minecraft community, let's put it that way. Big part of Minecraft community. I would say anyone who's willing to talk with me and stick around for whatever reason is a big part of Minecraft too. But maybe they're the ones who couldn't quite make it. I'm sorry about that. Just talking to me is not good enough. So, but how the fuck do I run away from this experience? Jesus. Let's listen to what not good enough means. I'll take a break now. Whatever. Still need lights too. But hey, we're kind of approaching the dead end of this thing. And I'm happy, so might as well take a break and find something to reinvest my happiness into. I just have to. I'm in deadlight. Whenever I get happy, that's not how I am happy. I just got emotional happiness. I just bumped into something useful. But that's not what's gonna make me as a whole happy, my body happy, you know? I'm sitting here and I'm ranting for 3 hours. How is that happiness? No, I have to reinvest it real quick before I die. Wow, isn't that crazy? Honestly, now I realize in its entirety, end of 2018 was my graduation party. Pretty much, just like AdventureCraft was a graduation party when I released Spawn the Creeper's Forge, but it takes so long for me to fucking realize what actually was happening. And I will still not know. I just know that it was a party. And somehow I made it just with my mind. With my mind! And sprinkle in Discord and insanity, basically. Just insanity. Ugh. Oh my god. But from there, we started a completely new life. And it halted almost everything. Literally from that point, I still couldn't have updated my engine. For 2 years now, I couldn't update my engine. Are you kidding me? Wow, I was shook. Quite deeply, man. Like, it really changed my life. Hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully. Well, yeah, it is insane, because I will meet reality many more times. And, I still don't know what it is, so... don't even ask. This is too deep for me. I have to reset, I have to escape, and definitely take a break. I actually open my computer to play some Hearthstone because I want to see what Shaman is doing right now. I heard Totem Shaman is doing just fine. There's some weird one drops that have been introduced. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There's a lot, actually, that is possible to say, but I don't have it. Like, I look forward towards a lot of things in life. And I look forward to see how this evolves. As a creative deal is pretty big. Not the rant videos, obviously. I mostly graduate myself in being interested in YouTubers as people, right? That's kind of what graduates me, actually. In the actuality, I was just very curious of Antwenum as a person who gets to make decisions, okay? And so, accidentally almost, I went up and up in the Discord until I hit that 1 hour video. It's still on my old laptop, but it's not worth your time. It's just Antwenum's editor defending Antwenum for his decision to change into the scientific candy content, which is well, everyone evolves one way or the other. They try and squeeze just a little bit more views out of their, wet clothes filled with views. Oh yeah, people watch me, so I just have to squeeze just a little bit more for some water. Ugh, so fucking thirsty, man. But here you go. This kind of marks the beginning phase of my interest. Obviously, I wanted to promote myself, like grow myself, and eventually grow my self-esteem. While I was, on the other hand, I was dealing with the engine, right? The spawn engine. I was doing that, and my self-esteem was like, yeah, I'm gonna kick Hearthstone's Minecraft's ass. Holy shit, what the fuck? Yeah, Minecraft's ass. I'll kick that. I'll eventually do something better. And then I found someone who was beating Minecraft, essentially. And I got to play his game and interact with him quite a lot. A little bit too much, perhaps. I feel sorry for him, actually. Yeah, very sorry. But hey, it's a part of a growing experience, and yeah, it just was so annoying. He basically showed up in the wrong moment, so I couldn't appreciate his work, perhaps. But at the same time, I don't really like Vintage Story. If that's the name of the thing, even. I hate Vintage in general. I hated his personality to some degree. And everything fell apart. I kind of blame it on him. I kind of blame it on him as just a talented person who's just capable of bending Minecraft, but not necessarily breaking Minecraft. That's my specialty is way above that level. Okay, I don't just want to bend Minecraft. It's worth breaking it. This is why actually Antwenum helped me graduate, because it was still in the decision phase whether I supposed to break Minecraft or bend it towards how I like it to be. And apparently I want to break it if possible. Obviously this decision is still in works. If I can't break it, I kind of have to give up and bend it, but that doesn't mean Minecraft keeps its identity. The identity might be broken. I might break Minecraft in other ways. You know, the only question of how long will Minecraft be able to resist this. Other than that, yeah, this is kind of an introduction to a school, maybe. But I'm introducing myself as, like, now next level person who has to go through certain types of struggles and certain types of deals to be made. They seem to be simulated and small. As long as they don't involve money, nobody's interested necessarily. But that's what keeps me hidden as well, just like the government. Which I hate to be hidden. I need friends in order to properly hide. I know that. I need friends. It's just maybe sometimes I don't know how to appreciate them properly. So right now appreciation spills out. As long as I don't have friends, at least I can show that it's probably a mistake. Okay? When you lose something, treat it as a mistake and move forward. You can still go forward in life, whether you lost something or not. So I lose a bunch of friends. That doesn't mean those friends were good enough. Perhaps they weren't. It's hard for them to stick around anyways. And who knows, man, like, how the fuck does this even work? For me, friendship is magic. So when I lose something, well, this is a constant loss because people just don't sign up properly for a specific behavior or a bond to be broken for specific reasons, like when it's really too hard to keep up. What the most important part that technology should acknowledge first and foremost. Technology will acknowledge friendship in your ego capacity. Your ego is what allows you to have a certain amount of friends. And so technology will quickly, once established, will acknowledge who should you make friends with. It's very simple. But it's even simpler than that when Tinder gets response rates properly. No, there's a little bit more fine print, so to speak. There's a little bit more reasoning behind this, because even though you make a friend who's responding, you're not gonna make a friend who's not gonna break that bond as quickly as possible. The trust issue is always gonna be there, and technology might actually empower people to break technology even more in some ways, but it's that's a little bit it's a little bit dumb when I can sit down next to a computer and just figure things out and not worry about it too much. And I know it's not a big risk to take at all. It's a lot riskier for people to actually sit and program and burn their brains out just to give you guys a next tier of something, next generation something. It is absolute insanity, and the government will try to catch up on that and shut people down the moment their influence speaks out into reality. Actually, it's about to happen anytime, man. Especially when Facebook is so big, when YouTube is so big. What's gonna be the next big thing is gonna be even crazier than the last one. So past 15 years, Facebook and YouTube so big it scares next 15 years. I can't put it any other way. Just have one line, but you get it. It makes the 15 next years way scarier. You have to be prepared, basically. And I will prepare myself every year. Every fucking day of my life right now. That's all I have, really. And I don't mind it. Because other people don't mind it, you know? That's cool. I guess I have you as a friend, as a person who doesn't fucking mind at least. Well, congratulations. Because there's plenty of controversy here. There's plenty of fights to deal with. You can have, however, a feeling that I'll fight them for you, and the next step you will take is gonna be still my ship, but you will kind of agree with most of the things I have to say. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I will overthink to the point of no return. You can't outthink me anymore. I'm sorry. You can't out-experience me or any other forms of simpler thinking, but still pretty much the same bullshit. So, as long as you feel you can't outdo me and you'll give up, that means I've done a good job. Like, what else do you expect? You know? If people give up your power, good job. The job is not over yet, obviously. Someone gave up. But it really, this is the make it or break it moment where, yeah, people should give up to a good job, to a job well done. That's what kind of gives you power. That's why you get actual money in the first place. Why people allow themselves to give you money. It's when you do a good job. And when they get to observe you do a good job. This is terrifying, actually. The reasons why people pay you, the reasons and ways why people pay you are terrifying. Unless you get a, like, sneaky job that you don't know the reasons and ways how people pay. Now, so those are the introductory jobs that I had in UK. How does that compare with RuneScape gold selling? Well, I still have to deal with customers, so it's customer service, which is now a little bit more common. I am being observed, so that's important. And I have to control my feelings and kind of be a little bit robotic. People want super basic things, but the most disgusting thing is that you are feeling robotic. And you are feeling like you're being asked a lot. Eventually, it becomes a little bit tedious. Everything becomes tedious. Everything repetitive becomes tedious and annoying. So, those reasons are terrifying, honestly. Because this is an incentive. And this is not okay. Jobs supposed to be better. But it's so hard to understand that without this initial experience and then discussions upon discussions. Like, everyone has to have this experience of their jobs becoming terrifying over time. Especially if they get harder over time, which is even crazier. Like, wait, what? Now that you trust me, you give me a harder job that pays the same amount? What the fuck do you mean? Oh, it's because government minimum wage. It's because I'm crying and I want to exploit people. Well, fucking hell. There's actually, so if you go to UK and you have that safe space or a new space filled with agencies that want to employ you, you gotta get that threshold just right of when you have to quit and when you have to quit the entire UK experience in general. You got that threshold, really hold on to that, okay? So, if you're moving to work for UK, always wish to come back home. This is for me if I was trying to receive a message from the future. Okay, always wish to come back home because like that's the best. You get a bunch of cash, you come back home and you take care of yourself. It's a lot easier that way. You can't take care of yourself when there is a rent being demanded from you. It's just impossible. Or some kind of taxes or whatever. It's all, at that point it's impossible to take care of yourself. I'm sorry about that. So, really, it's all about finding that threshold. Sometimes it's interesting to be tortured and enslaved for a little while. It's fun and funny, and it makes for a good rant video. Back then, I was not making rant videos necessarily, but I was still complaining. I was still making long videos, by the way. Ninja School was long, and it was late game in UK. But yeah, if I was following this principle, employ myself as fast as possible, and quit as fast as certain thresholds are being broken, and I'm being asked to do more and more. If I can get used to the work, all of a sudden I can jump over the hurdle, the first hurdle, but eventually they find out ways to make things fucking difficult anyways. And it's just so annoying. If it's possible for you to say, I don't like this job, I don't prefer this job, or whatever, or I don't prefer, maybe, but it's unlikely. It's very unlikely. What is more likely is at some point you're gonna be broken. You're gonna move on and break yourself in multiple ways, in multiple categories, and that's fine. This will kind of make these stupid capitalists a little bit more aware of what's going on. But they could even fucking start banning new employees, but like, Jesus Christ. That would be insane. So I did that, and I could have done a lot better. My dad was a pain in the ass this whole time. But kind of helped me escape, like was the only person around anyways. Like, you get it. A pain in the ass, but fucking helped me proceed through this whole operation. And pretty much this was the place where I graduated. So I was doing okay. I was able to buy technology and all that stuff. And here it seems a little bit completely different situation where I get nothing. Okay, I'm absolutely screwed unless I grind RuneScape all day. Maybe that's gonna work out. $1 a day can still survive all of a sudden. Now I can still survive. That's what any fucking capitalist would hear that. $1 a day and they would employ me. And this is why I will punch them with a wrecking ball when they hear that a little bit too late. $1 a day. If I get a perfect job. And I can't possibly get a perfect job, but like, it's a wink wink moment. Give me a good job, and it's probably gonna fit the description where I have to be paid a little bit more, but it's not perfect job, you know, it's a wink wink moment. You can pay me $1 a day if I get a perfect job. Obviously, the perfect job is exactly what I'm doing, with a few friends added into the mix or whatever I feel like I need. That would be the perfect job. But you can now, from this standpoint, you can figure out what is a good job for me, and I would still treat it as perfect as long as I get paid a certain amount. And every concern is being either monetized or fulfilled, fixed, satisfied. Okay. And it's a wrecking ball. Capitalism wrecking ball. Good luck. Have 5 years of capitalism here in the lowest grade society. You know, this is where I fall down if I have nothing. No self-esteem whatsoever. And, or at least this is how government sees me. Quote unquote again. This is how government sees me. But, so annoying. I will never know how to defeat the worst skin condition ever, which is boils. It's the worst skin condition, by the way. There's one on my face right now. It's like a fucking bomb sitting on your face. Get out of here, bomb. And the more you scratch it, the faster it explodes. And it doesn't stop there, baby. Wow, I never thought a sweater is gonna literally heat me up so badly. But it does. Even though it's nighttime. And I was chilling, you know, I was already chilling. And I put on sweater, now I'm fucking on fire. What happened there? Jesus. Alright, so. Yeah, and this is the hangout moment of 3 hours. Let's just hang out. And you'll figure out it's 1 week of school work. If it's not an equivalent. I can look back in history and be like, okay, can I like pinpoint a week of school? It's impossible, obviously. If you can create, however, a meaningful experience, an influential experience, that covers an entire week of school pretty much. So like sitting down next to Monica, pretty fucking big deal. I can forget about everything else. This is how fucking tough certain moments are. Maybe talking about Hunger Games. There was a special exam, speaking exam or whatever. I talked about Hunger Games, the trilogy, right? And it was about how certain books create an entire world around. Well, they don't just create certain plots; they create an entire world. So you have to have those 12 districts doing their own things, but it was tough, and I didn't got a good grade at all. Some might say I'm a bad speaker, and holy shit, would they flip upside down right now, knowing what I'm doing in my life. Like, are you serious? You would love me to do this forever, so might as well. Imagine me teaching children speaking skills. Like, what? But there's only so much you can actually put in your fucking brain. Yeah, you can recite a good, well refined paperwork. By the way, I did all of that. I know I'm a good speaker because I never wrote anything down necessarily. I just wrote down on my like manifesto before I finished school that I'm not gonna do it. Basically, I'm not gonna write anything down. Just do my speech and forget about it. It's the best way to do it, actually. Everyone else seems so stressed out. It's so fucking lame. It didn't even meant anything. They weren't even judging people that hard. But honestly, the entire school didn't meant anything for me at all. Honestly, I never used the scores for anything. I just went on with my life. So I feel very much robbed by school. I never used exam scores. I feel really robbed. Because I got disappointed in life. I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Just go to UK and work. And this seems something that I want to keep up. You know, I try to ensure that that's my life, basically. Just working in UK, that's it. I'm gonna get stuck there. No, I won't get stuck there. That was a little bit too much to ask for, to be honest. Just because when I come back and like, oh, but I don't have to pay for anything. Interesting. I used to fucking worry every week. It's a rent time too. Well, technically every month. I was a little luckier than other people, which is ridiculous as well anyways. Oh, I have no idea. I don't even want to remember these times, but because they slow me down. It's like I don't have anything to rant about because it's so mysterious and exhausting. Something I can't even tackle anymore. Something I can't even improve anymore. Just some stupid shit that happened that make me feel a certain way. That's why it's so exhausting, but I guess I have to go through it. My graduation speech. Actually, all the graduation speech happened before school. Just so you know how to graduate yourself in the end. Yeah. So look at that, you know? Look upwards and you'll see something very interesting. A split way of thinking for teachers. Some teachers hope you're gonna get good exam scores and gonna trick the system. You're better than the rest or whatever. That's what some teachers want to do. Obey the system as best as you can. Cheat the system, whatever. But I want to fucking make friends, and I want teachers to be my friends and help me out and just in life. And that's impossible, apparently. Better scores or happier students? Which one should I pick? Well, you shouldn't be happy in the moment. Yeah. Forget what happiness is so you become a bad person. That's what happens. Once you forget what is happiness, you are now officially evil. Congratulations, you graduated evil. So, essentially, making me happier is kind of like a helping hand in a way. But is it though, when I spent 12 years in school? Technically, yeah. In this case, most teachers are mass murderers. Because they don't only just kill a person, they turn them to evil. They don't give them what's needed, like happiness needed for a person to thrive. But we get motherfucking scores. This is what the system requires you to have, so you can survive. No, that's not for survival. That's for ripping off people. It's for pretending that your job is good when you haven't learned anything at all. So none of this fucking matters. If all of a sudden there's a choice, these people are evil for making this choice. And so they are. And now you have to fucking find teachers who are willing to secretly give you happiness somehow. Like, wow, that was a hard thing to do, to be honest. Some teachers understand, like, yeah, it's cool to have a job at all, It's pretty cool. Not be unemployed. Pretty cool. It's like that coronavirus thing. Well, it really helps you survive, apparently, when you're employed. Wahoo, motherfucker. Can't wait to be a plumber one day. Now, obviously, some jobs are just gonna completely obliterate your self-esteem. But that's just because capitalism, guys. All of a sudden, capitalism made bad jobs worse. Unworkable anymore. Congratulations. Minimum wage for the win, boys. Now it's just a challenge to have a bad job in the first place. Quite a decent challenge. I don't even want to think about it. It's so bad. This is what would happen if I had to talk about jobs or talk about everything I hate. Instead, I'm inviting you to the school of hatred itself. That's kind of what you have to learn how to do. Strip away reality. It's all pretty fucking stupid. So we have to reset everything. And all of a sudden we're stripped away from a lot of things, man. So how do we reestablish them? Well, we still keep bombing them because most of them are trash. So I'm not just bombing TikTok here. I'm bombing everything that involves secondary media, basically. Instagram is also bombable, essentially. Discord, kind of, for the most part. It always depends on how people use it and what people want. Of course. Of course, But eventually, trends take over. And the story kind of gets locked. The innovators can't nudge the trends anymore. The trends are locked. And they can sort of float around a certain perimeter and maybe expand the bubble, but the bubble is set. When the trends start pouring in, when the dumb people pour in, it's game over, man. I'm not gonna move any forward than that. Okay, once the trends are set, media is defined. Congratulations. And stuck at the same time. Very much stuck in that level where it's at with the trends, whatever's going on. Because a lot of people are going to start splitting again into groups. Do we want to improve the power of trends, or do we keep trying to move forward and innovate? And most of the time, innovation means that we have to pick another definition entirely for the entire platform, or release the second version, basically. And that's a lot harder than it seems. Every single time it gets harder and harder, so people are very much disincentivized from setting new trends, or rather setting new playgrounds for trends to happen. Here you go. So media, or I can call it playgrounds. Playground is defined. Okay, here we go. So we are attacking a bunch of playgrounds. These are internet playgrounds. There's a huge internet problem. We still don't know what's going to happen with the government. So the internet mystery, let's put it that way. And who knows, man? We're seeing political movement kind of shape up. And maybe once it starts chilling, something else starts popping up that's way more than just political movement. But I don't know. I can't fucking say anything. It's just, YouTubers deal with this every time. And the government, because they have such a high spotlight, they just kind of stick with it. They get the managing positions all the time. So easily. Almost. You don't even fucking expect some people to become managers these days. And they do. They screw you over. Because you did not expect that. But what is this anyways? We get a bunch of playgrounds. Yeah, that's fine. I can understand that. I can definitely understand the bullshit of dating right now. Dating is so bullshit. It should happen naturally. The environment should be filled with interactions, and making them fair is essential for those interactions to work. Making them fair and expectable and respectable too. Once people, get the ball rolling, the respect levels for general human being rise, okay? And for themselves rise. So they want to be like themselves more. They will shut down and start tinkering on what they have received from life. Like, once this playfield equalizes and is accessible to everyone, and everyone kind of based on the reason why we have so many fears is because we can't establish expectations. Okay, that's what defeats all fears. If you go to a school and expect a school shooting, of course you're gonna fucking hate school all of a sudden. If you expect to meet new people, that's a completely different expectation. You're gonna have completely different fears. So you can manipulate your fears just using expectations. That is a fucking star, guys. Okay? Unexpected, but a star. Not intended. I'm sorry, guys. No, it's not intended, man. Unexpected, but expectations, man. Okay, now I'm scared. I'm scared forever for the rest of my life. We will have unexpected stars. No, nothing is expected here. But it's not scary anymore. I mean, the expectation is there, right? You're gonna get unexpected good things happen. You sit down and, wow, in 3 hours we did so much together. We can hug goodbye. Wow, hugging is good. We work so hard. Oh, and everyone can contribute. It's ridiculous how easy it is to contribute, to influence people. You have no idea. You want to be a YouTuber? Just do it. It's that fucking easy. Except, you know, you have to respect enough people to have subscribers. Just being a YouTuber, you know, like... But a YouTuber should come with a, you know, subscriber package. And yes, that's the problem that YouTube has so fucking in your face right now. YouTube should have new creators tab where creators are being judged. Okay, you enter a judging period basically based on how much content you're making. Enter that judging period, and you can get rejected over and over again, but you have to be rejected over and over again. That's what's up, man. And of course, if you keep getting rejected, eventually you're gonna have those a hater crew who's ready to just shut you down basically, and they have to keep providing a reason of why they shut you down. It would be quite fun. This is why rant videos like this would eventually broke YouTube itself, because I would never get approved. Never, but I would always show up, and it's like, who gives you all this self-esteem to actually upload these videos? These are completely original. It gives you incredible insights in how the world works. Just, it's unbeatable if you really understand what you're looking at. But it takes forever to understand that. Forever. So people with a lot of power would be like, no, fuck that. Should have, but I would break YouTube. Immediately I would just destroy it, annihilate it. Bam bam. It's the greatest fucking tank ever created. It's like, hey Russians, you wanna buy a tank? No. I'm gonna use it for myself now. Let's go. So this is what would happen if the tab would actually exist. You know? And it would probably even break YouTube itself. Not just break YouTube as a platform. Just create something completely new and unexpected. While YouTube is managing the new creators tab, other people are recognizing, holy shit, if you do this and that, we can create a perfect app right now. Because this trend is so powerful, it creates another platform entirely. So usually, this is the way it works, right? Playground creates a trend, and the trend creates another playground. New playground. There you go. That's usually what happens. Welcome to September 16, motherfuckers, basically. Fucking hell. Assholes. What have you done to my life? At some point, I also took a nap, too. This should be fairly visible. Yeah. I did not take a nap. Yeah, I didn't. I took a few breaks. Yeah, that's fine. This was when I took a nap then. In between 7 hours, obviously. Alright, so we have some playgrounds talked about, pickup, expectations, being messed up. Fire eventually messes up expectations. Basically, people are hungry, so they grab as much cake, pick up as much cake as possible right now. pick up whatever is left over on the battlefield, basically. So as you can tell, these things are greed mechanisms. The mechanisms of greed to take place. Sexuality is there to for rise of political movements all of a sudden. And political movements all of a sudden realize it's leftist propaganda of I want to feel this emotion, so I want, and then the propaganda part shows up. So I want all of these things, but you're not logically equipped person, and the government is like, shh, let's give them what they want, It's fucking crazy. So, political propaganda. I want to feel this way, and to achieve that, I need. And that's what propaganda is, basically. In the high levels of propaganda, you see people uniting to overthrow something. It's not necessarily the government, because the government can always stay away from society easily, and become kind of the leaders of this propaganda movement. They can always hijack those movements easily, man. And when whatever is being overthrown, or government loves just automated propaganda. Whoever speaks and infuriates society. Just government plays society like a fucking piece of checkers, obviously. It's just too easy for them. And they don't even allow society to actually move the pieces sometimes. It's like, well, no, we know how to play checkers. Don't worry about it. So essentially that's what happens with propaganda. Well, if you want it, you got it now. You want your wishes come true. Essentially, I want to expand sexuality into the negative side, into the negative numbers. I want to become more gay now. Freely. Well, Jesus Christ. I want to become a crippled person freely. That's never gonna happen, dude. You're never gonna get that benefit of becoming a crippled person and all of a sudden the benefits are gonna save your life. What? That's the only way you see life right now? No, you're really mentally unstable in that situation. So this is a mild version of that. But every single thing here is a greed mechanism in place, pretty much destroying whatever is left of society at the moment. We're kind of in downhill from here. That's what we're doing right now. But hey guys, don't worry. You can trust me though. I'm not going downhill from. Oh yes, I am too. It's just that at any point in history, we are moving downhill from way too high, okay? Way too high. We're so on a high fucking horse that you can't even see the high horse head right now. You just see the legs. So of course you're gonna fucking fall down the hill right now. And you're probably gonna be rolling for a century or so. No. Well, well, maybe 2 years rolling downhill for you personally. It's all about how long does it take, because that's how much you're gonna lose in the end. Most of the time, you hit the jackpot when someone hits the wall. Poof! They stop rolling downhill, right? And that momentum that they have acquired, that's what's gonna give you the winnings, basically. So the moment some kind of small monopoly start popping out, or you can tell coronavirus did a lot of damage. I hate that this damage kind of seems evenly distributed, and even unevenly distributed. Maybe poor are suffering quite a lot. But this is a way to trigger a downhill for a lot of people who are way not poor at all. You have to understand. First, they hit the poor, then they regret their entire life. Okay? Your life sucks, though. You punched me, though, but your life sucks now. So, I understand that. Coronavirus, it's a cute little thing, cute little meme. Haha, much fun. I'm unemployed now, I'll have 5% less life. But I'll make sure that you feel that 5% every day you wake up. You know, it's gonna get a little bit harder to wake up. We'll make sure of that. So fucking pathetic. But never really try and hurt the poor people. Doesn't help you at all. It's like, what's the point? Especially in capitalism. As much as you hate it, poor people rule. You think otherwise, and you're wrong. Poor people rule because they learn how to be poor and survive. So, what's the problem, baby? Just pick up their skills anytime. They're probably very welcome and friendly for you to just pick them up, pick their skills up, and get your ball rolling. Get to the next level, baby. How did they survive? On nothing, basically. On nothing. On so many pressures of the world. How the fuck did they survive? What kind of mindset did they have? You have all these resources laying on the streets, injecting drugs because they're fucking rulers of the world now. They can just enjoy drugs freely and carefully. It's super easy for them. So congratulations, dude. I have declared your mentors. It's time to pick them up. Okay, rich people? I'm sorry, capitalism, cool. But now, we gotta fucking cook the other kinds of people who actually rule capitalism this whole time and you didn't even fucking know it. It's the poor people. They rule over us, okay? Because they're the survivors of the capitalism. It doesn't matter what kind of social order we have. The rulers are the ones who struggle and survive and are being neglected of the difficulty that eventually gets created by the downhill the moment things start going downhill, it's because the society has to repurpose itself. And you realize the ones who survived are going to be praised for surviving simply because the society now works a completely different way. They would have gained a lot just surviving right now, but they didn't because we had capitalism still in place and so on. A society has a repurpose upcoming. People in high tier, not tiers, up high can feel very low. Can feel the bottomless ground just open up for them. And it's like, welcome. It's repurpose time. No more capitalism. Blah, blah, blah. Well, capitalism is going to die faster than the government is dying. Capitalism is going to be dead in 20 years. So, buckle up, motherfuckers. Capitalism is dead in 20 years. I say with capital letters because it's so fun, right? It's so fun to say exactly that in capital letters. It's so fitting, it's so magical. I'll even give it a star of how confident I am, because nothing beats the confidence of this stupid bullshit that we live in, okay? Nothing beats it, so I can be as confident as I think I can possibly get. Just whatever I just said. Super confidence. I'm talking about courage here, because I just broke a rule. I can't place 2 stars. Well, what kind of reason gives me? Well, only if I want to break rules I can place 2 stars, and this is a perfect moment for that, to confuse the shit out of myself, at least. Because courage, very confusing behavior, but it always works. Always works, you know, or makes people work. But here you go. Poor people rule. The real problem is that this star belongs to the poor people, and at first we get the confusion part, but we realize this was sparked from a very simple problem. There are poor people and they're surviving. They're struggling, man. Like, holy shit. You don't appreciate their struggles? You gotta be fucking insane. I have to appreciate their struggle for sure. I'm one of them. So pick me in case you are filthy moral person. Okay, you filthy moral person, you don't want to get your hands dirty. I understand that. You can still pick me. I still exist on the board, you know. But once I get picked up, I'll show you guys to some dirtier people you can still pick up, you know, from the streets. This inequality is perfect. I have heard shithole places are exactly poor versus rich. Basically prepared. That's exactly what's prepared. It's exactly what the future holds, basically. This is exactly what kind of people and how they live. It's all coming to one thing here. And all I have to do is survive 20 years and capitalism is gonna say bye-bye. No more. What happened there? What happened? You thought this was the holy grail of how society works? Well, fuck you. Obviously in 20 years I'll be way out of your league. So I'm just wondering when these fucking poor people are gonna be picked up. I can't actually predict that right now. But I can predict that right now poor people are a good hunting material for those who want easy YouTube access, I think. I don't know. For those who want to pretend to be good people. You can always be prepared to do this, what I just warned. You can always do that. Eventually, the downhill happens for more than just low-tier capitalist for high-tier as well. Low-tier is 5 years. High-tier, 20 years. Let's see how that works out. Now, with my self-esteem heightened up to insanity, to forget about it, how happy it would be, and I have to wake up to reality. Oh, yeah, I'm poor. I have to live another day, okay. See, I have to struggle even more. I have to remind myself I am poor, yes, but I'm not poor enough to forget about not doing rant videos as well. So I'm kind of even more poor than you think, in a way. Especially after I set up a wrecking ball, remember? You'll need to remember. I'll make sure we remember. Is there a better weapon than a plastic gun now? high horse, a unicorn, an eagle. I like eagles. Who doesn't like eagles, man? Bam! Set up, man. Look at me. That's my high horse. As high as I want to be right now. But I'm still poor. Still poor, and my eagle gets very tired very quickly. And I can only send the eagle. I don't get to sit on the eagle, okay? I just get to feel like an eagle. So, here you go. Not cool, man. Taming eagles every day. So I have talked about these greed systems in place. And we recognize now that... Oh, oops. Our system is actually falling apart. I only have 5 minutes to finish something up, to cook something out. Probably not gonna reach S rank, and that's okay. Might as well just... Yeah, after this I'm playing a bunch of Hearthstone. Probably I should do it right now, because it gives me extra time to think of what I just said. And maybe see something else. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't help, then I'm not gonna use it other episodes. But right now, I could just sit down and enjoy some Hearthstone, huh? Okay, whatever. I have one problem that I covered too much. Science is incredibly slow. So I'm like, I was starting to compare myself a little bit with the government people. Government people love bringing up science as their way of defending themselves, as bringing up points. No, actually. Actually, government shouldn't try use science to defend themselves. I can give you a way better fucking shield science could ever build. Okay? Besides, science is more of a hey guys, eat a bunch of society people and then bring us some research. Yeah. Make us pretend that we talk to people. Science, not only incredibly slow, science is a way to... Okay. Science is a way for the government to pretend to have talked, interacted with people. Okay, it's a way for them to run away from that requirement. You have to talk to actual people. No, they're just gonna grab some data and run away. Holy fucking shit, dude! That's a cop-out if I ever saw one. Yeah, science can sometimes give you useful stuff, but that's... I described why it's useful. It's a way to fucking pretend. But now I'm gonna explain why is it so fucking unreliable in the first place? Why it's pretentious? First of all, it's incredibly slow, so not only you're using it as a shield, you don't actually learn much. Okay? You have to, as a government person, you have to make your own points and your own data of what kind of people you interacted with, how you feel about them. Not just grab some data from a candy store and be like, oh, I feel good about people right now and I want to build more walls. Congratulations. I'm the next president because I'm the only fucking person stupid enough to run for a president and still look good at the same time. Very funny. Very funny, man. Presidency probably has the least competition ever, basically. Nobody wants to be a president. Even the presidents themselves don't want to be president, okay? Believe me, it's the stupidest thing ever. But it's the first government person you would pick, you know? Pray for Americans. One more second, right now I'm praying. One more second, dude. Holy shit. Science is so incredibly slow. it's technically useless. Okay, if I'm growing up as a person, I sit down here, man, I grew up as a person. 3-hour rant video, that's 1 week of school. What if I improve this format? What if it gets better? Do I get 2 weeks of school all of a sudden, knocked out? What if I influence people every single time I release an episode? What happens, dude? What if I do it daily? What happens? What the fuck, man? I didn't use a single thread of science. I talked about coronavirus a little bit, and I gave you percentages, and I have to remanufacture and revitalize that science fucking 20 times over and ignore 20 times over more science, basically. Everyone's obsessed with corona. Oh, we found work to do. Whoa, it's the new universe open up for us. And for me, it's like, oh, someone farted and now we have to wear masks. Well, fucking congratulations. Oh, and vaccines, so I have to go to war too now, huh? Because someone is gonna say mandatory vaccines. Take your shot today. It's propaganda time. Well, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, let's go to war. Let's tell me what to do. You know? To be a normal human being. I don't go to work, so nobody's fucking with me. And I will never go to work. Because apparently, surviving in a capitalistic world as a poor person, you are the legendary super mega ultimate hero, basically. The Iron Man of the universe. Have the highest self-esteem, and I will spread that message to every fucking poor person who will beg me money, except for the people who actually beg me money directly. They have to beg money on the streets, because to me, that is an extraordinary feat of human superpowers. I don't know how to sit down on the street and beg from it. How do you do that? In what kind of condition in life? When does that happen in your life? I would kill myself before that happens. Like, seriously. When does it happen? You have to fucking respect people that are doing extraordinary things you couldn't even imagine. And yet we are not as respectful as we're supposed to be. And yet we are. Government, equipping government with science and respecting science instead, that kills people because it's useless. It's fucking useless. It's technically useless. You know what technology means? Technology is the only counter to science as well. Because technology gives you automated data. So it literally hands you data before you even ask. You know, it's like there's so much data in the internet. Science is like, wait, I can do science without doing science? What? What? Yeah, your brain just evaporated. That's science right there. That's what happens when you meet technology. It evaporates. Your brain evaporates. You know, it's a very logical move to do for your brain. So please, disappear. This word, I don't want to see it. I can see the word silence in there. That's about it. So, see you guys next time. My school does not have any science in there, yes. This whole time, this was the main quest. Actually, the actual quest. But I'll say it's more. Does my video contain science? Very hard, man. There's a few thinkers out there. A few scientific. Is there a scientist? Oh, really? Oh, is there a gun, though? So there are 3 thinkers and there's 1 scientist who want to kill himself, basically. It's beautiful. That's an artwork that will be sold for $10. Oh, I see $11. Who wants to buy for less? Because I can make copies of this thing. Because welcome to the internet. It's the most ridiculous thing where memes are sold for us for free, actually. They're not being sold at all for some reason. What happened? What happened to selling things? What happened to art? parts supposed to have value? What happened? Oh man. The world is so fucking bullshit. Okay. Anyways, you made it this far. Your deadlines, everyone. See you guys in 5 years.